Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. Last time I was sharing some books by Anno, a Japanese artist who died in 2020 at 94. A long life. He grew up in a small village in Japan, but obviously had a mind that could see differently than and be able to capture and express things. So these books are a sort of a mixed bag, actually. I'm going to start and work my way through. But before I do, I wanted to mention that the picture I had up here by Max Lieberman showed a group of 9 people, 2 of them men, working together cooperatively in the garden, and they were working with beets. And here's one person working with cabbages in this painting by him. I'd only know his name from coming across him on some postcards. So I need to check out a little bit more there. Anno's counting book was probably the first. No, but I don't know what was the first. I know we used it with all our children. They used it. We read it to them. One of the neat features that he did in this was he counted up to 12. And so each double page spread shows, this is the 4th month of the year, starting in January, and sorts of things one might see. And January was a winter scene. So I thought, well, that's a nice touch. Anno's counting house. One of the things he did with this was he had cutouts in windows so that, and then you could see sort of through that space. Anno's alphabet. Oh, boys, what a fantastic alphabet. I had 2 copies that I took apart so that I could put up all the alphabet, showing things. Let's see, I've got something. I slipped a mark in here. Here's the letter R. It's the letter P. Merely this screw has been loosened and allows the P to slide and come down like that. The rocking horse is interesting too. The legs, both the legs on this side of the rocking horse are on the far rocker, and the 2 legs that are on the other side are on the near rocker. So he's playing around, and the borders show flowers from that. See, this is a rose and etc. So and a rabbit. There's all kinds of little things to look at, and I thought, boys, that's. Then he came out with Anno's magical ABC, an anamorphic alphabet. I had to do a little whistle to get my mouth around that one. Now, well, what sort of alphabet is this, Larry, that you've got what? What's going on here, Larry? Oh, that's an A and that's a B distorted. But he supplies in the book, and I still have in the book, a sheet of foil paper that by shaping it into a cylinder and placing it in the center makes all the letters and all the pictures, it takes a distortion out of them so that, and he explains how to do this, but it's a really neat book, and he's got actually 2 alphabets in here, one with animals and one with objects and things. So, well, that's a mind-bending. The Unique World, selected works, 1968 to 1977. So if he died in, he did a lot since then as well. But there again got a unique observation and playfulness that's I don't know if you can possibly see what he's done. Anyway, this is called A Very Involved Conversation. So there's a real playfulness there, and in fact, he takes that into 3 math game books for, I'd say, 8-year-olds, 7, 8-year-olds, and got loads of fun and neat problems, and I just opened it at random, and that's the first book. Then he did a second book, and I'll open it at random too. My eyes closed. Whoa! Black and white strips being woven. You get that fox there, and the dots there. And then he did a 3rd book. So you get the sense that math is quite an interest for him. Now, here's the 2nd book in paperback. All 3 of them were published in paperback. I think they'd be fantastic to expose young people to. Anno's Hat Tricks. And someone did the translating into English for him, whose name is Akihiro Nozaki, I think. Anno's Twice Told Tales by the brothers Grimm and Mr. Fox. And so he retells these tales, and it's, well, as you can imagine, it's a very interesting telling of the tales. Now, in the back of this, I was just reading about him, and it said that he taught art in school in Tokyo before deciding to devote himself entirely to writing and illustrating. All of his many books reflect his innovative approach to teaching, as well as his belief in the ability of children to make their own learning discoveries. Mr. Anno believes in encouraging children to stretch their imaginations to look beneath the surface appearances of things. His approach is humorous and entertaining, for he feels that learning should be a joyful experience. Whoa. Anno's Three Little Pigs. And again, someone has helped a bit with that. Dr. Anno's Magical Midnight Circus. Topsy-Turvies, pictures to stretch the imagination. Upside Downers, more pictures to stretch the imagination. In French, a book which is not any of these, Jeu de Construction, or something close to that perhaps. And here's one last book. It's called Faces, and I'm showing it to you because it's pictures of fruits and vegetables, and that he's drawn quite nicely, and he's included in the book two plastic strips. One, if you put it on, it will be a frown. If it was something smaller, and there are cases, you could flip it that way. And, or you've got one that's got a smile. So you could put the smile on. If the smile is, I think it's probably, I would use that one, decisions. Anyway, he makes me smile. I don't frown at his what he's done, and I'm delighted to have met him so long ago. He's enlivened my life. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.